We're going to have a very brief look now at the whole area of audio production or recording your music. And I appreciate that some of you might already be quite competent at recording your music, and some of you might never have done it at all. So this is just a little brief overview. So we're going to look at some of the more common digital audio workstations or DAWs, and that is the programs that we use to record music. So at the moment, the industry standard program is a program called Logic, which is an Apple program. Here's a little link to it. There's also a link in the PDF that's included with this section of the course. So Logic costs about 149 UK pounds, but it will only run from a Mac, and you'll need a decent Mac in order to run it. So the advantages of Logic are that it's industry standard software at an affordable price. It's fairly user-friendly, but it does take some time to master. Fortunately, there are some really good courses in Logic here on Udemy, which you might want to have a look at. There are many training videos available on YouTube as well, and it creates a high-quality sound. After Logic, another really good industry standard program is Pro Tools, which is what I use. Little link to Pro Tools, again, available in the PDF that comes with this section of the course. It's a bit more expensive. It's £238 for the student version and between £299 and £548 for the full version. It requires an Avid interface such as an MBox 2 in order to run. But, you know, I'm running mine on a little M Audio interface and that's working fine. It was basically the industry standard until Logic overtook it. It's complex technology and it does take time to master, but there are many training videos available here on Udemy. There's a brilliant course that I did here on Udemy on Pro Tools and on YouTube. Avid, who make Pro Tools, charge £80 a year for support services. So it's a really great idea to be able to find advice and support online on the likes of YouTube and Udemy. The sample sound which comes with the student version are of fairly high quality, but apart from the string samples, but to be honest, in all DAWs, really good string samples are a bit of the holy grail. Now there are some other programs out there being used that people are getting great sounds from. Cubase is one of them, little link to Cubase. And it costs between £69 and £239, depending on the version and the plugins that you're using, so not too bad. It's become less popular than Logic and Pro Tools, but it still offers high-quality, user-friendly recordings. And one track that I did quite well with was recorded on Cubase, and so many professional producers still use Cubase. Then there's GarageBand. So if you have a MacBook or an iPad, it probably came with GarageBand, so it's free. It's very user-friendly. It's very easy to master. It was Apple's primary sound recording software before Logic came along. It has a decent instrument library and it's very user-friendly. If you're new to music production, it's actually a really good place to start. So there are a few other DAWs out there that are quite cheap. That might be worth looking at. There's one called Reaper, which costs about £40. And there's another one called Audacity, which is Windows software. It is free to download, but it's quite limited in its use. Mastering to broadcast standards now. This is something that we'll be talking about in the publishing section of this course, because if you're aiming your music at sync, if you want it to be used in movies or commercials or TV, then it has to be properly mastered to broadcast standard. And that is best achieved by a mastering engineer. Now, there may be some of you out there who are more than capable of mastering your own music, but for the rest of us mere mortals, it's best to find someone to help you to do that. Now, there is help available online. CD Baby will master songs for about $90 per song. And then there's a site called lander.com, which charges a monthly subscription, and there's different levels of subscription depending on what you want to get out of it. So if you're writing a lot and you're pitching a lot of tracks, that might be something to think about. So again, just mentioning that there are many great courses on the DAWs listed here and in music production generally here on Udemy.